Welcome and thank you for tuning in to episode number 30 of 10 Tesla Topics, your show for Tesla related news, rumors, and stories. My name is Max Maurice, and today's show is for Tuesday, June 20th, 2017. Now, okay, so this episode will have two parts. The first part is explaining kind of like an update why I've haven't been posting at all. And the second part will be a little bit of a rant. So if you're into updates and rants, this is probably an amazing episode for you. If you're not, then I suggest you listen to my other shows maybe. All right, so this is completely unscripted. I usually like have a text that I read off of, but this is completely what's the term you'd use? Just unscripted. There you go. There will be a lot of stuttering. I usually don't stutter, but I don't know. When I get behind the mic, I start to stutter. But yeah, where have I been? It's been over a month now that I haven't posted. For those of you who don't know, one of the reasons why I was able to pump out all those episodes twice every week was because I was in university, and so I had a set schedule, so I could manage my time and everything. But so I just finished my first year of university. I guess maybe 2 months ago now, month and a half. And now, once again, for those who don't know, I'm in Montreal right now working for Evoto Rentals. We are a Tesla rental. Well, no, we're a luxury EV rental company, but we're currently focusing on Tesla. So a little plug here, if ever you're in Montreal and you want to rent a car, treat yourself and be sure to contact me. I'll put our information on the screen right now. Our Facebook, our Twitter, our Instagram, but whatever. This isn't about Evoto Rentals. But yeah, all that to say is that we've been crazy busy. Without exaggeration, I've been working like 90 to 100 hours a week, feeling pretty Elon Musk-esque. But yeah, no, we're a startup. I'm only here for the summer. Technically, I didn't partake in any of the startup of the company itself. Technically, I'm just here as an internship, but I'd like to think that the work I'm putting in, I don't want to sound too cocky here, but I'd like to think that the amount of work I'm doing here, I'm a valued asset to the company, whatever. So yeah, that's why I haven't been updating recently, because if I'm not working, I'm sleeping, and it's literally like the other day, like we are a Tesla rental company, but the other day these girls, it was their birthday, and so they're gonna go out drinking. So they just asked if I could drive them around. So I said yeah, sure. So I drove them around from bar to bar, kind of bar hopping and stuff. And so long story short, I ended up coming home that night at 5:30, and the very next day, I think I had to go to Ottawa. So I had to leave at 8. So that's, 2.5 hours from 5:30 to 8. However, I had to walk to the Tesla, which is parked at my boss's house, which is like a half an hour. So that's 2 hours. And it was a event on Parliament Hill, which I have a video on Evoto's. I keep plugging them, by Evoto Rentals YouTube. So I had to be all, nicely dressed and stuff. So that's like, an hour of my time. So all that to say that night, I think I only slept like an hour and a half, and I think that entire week I only slept like 15 hours, like the entire week. And I'm usually a guy that likes to get his 7 hours of sleep. But yeah, so all that to say, long story short, all this, I don't even know how long I've been recording, but all that to say, I've been super busy. So I will be I'll probably post a few more episodes, most likely when the Model 3, like after the Model 3 event, maybe 2 or 3, but once school starts, which is September 6th, I think, then no promises, of course, but I'll do my best. I'll try my hardest to pump out and give you guys 2 episodes a week of 10 Tesla Topics, because I do love podcasts, or I guess you could call this a podcast, but I do love this format of just talking. Unfortunately, I'm not big right now. Like, I'd love your feedback. Like, I love comments and everything, interacting with people, but I get it. Like, half of you probably tuned out by now and aren't even listening. So, but for those currently still listening, thank you very much. Be sure to drop a like or whatever. yeah, I guess that's it for the kind of update part of the video. Here in Montreal, working for Evoto. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, so now part two of this video, the rant. Now this is literally, so this article. Hold on, let me pull it up. This article was posted an hour ago. At 5:23, it is currently 6:23 or 6:24 actually. So exactly an hour ago. On electric. Now, I'll just read the headline. I'll post a picture here, but I'll read you the headline. New Tesla to J1772 adapter allows other electric cars to charge at Tesla's destination chargers. Now, I read that title and my heart like skipped a beat. Now, okay, once again, this is all unscripted, so this little rant is probably going to be all over the place. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? Now, many of you listening are probably not Tesla owners. I myself am not a Tesla owner, but I feel so obligated to talk about this, and I feel I feel affected by this because I mean, like here at Evoto, like I drive the cars all the time, and I have to supercharge and et cetera, et cetera. So I guess technically I'm affected by this, but so I kind of saw it coming. Years ago when I was like. When people would ask me, oh, can other cars use the supercharger? Sorry, so this is just for destination chargers. I should be very clear. This isn't for superchargers. However, that's probably going to come in the future. Like, let's be honest here. But yeah, when people were asking, oh, blah, 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 my uncle, whatever, has a Nissan Leaf. Can he charge at Tesla superchargers? And I, same answer every time. I'd say, great question. No, Teslas can only use Tesla superchargers. Consider it like Apple and their chargers, whatever. But now, so this new adapter lets any car, so BMW i3s, Nissan Leafs, whatever you name it, that are non-Tesla to use Tesla destination chargers, which, I don't know. So it's very like, for me right now, it's a little bit like a 70-30, maybe 60-40 type deal. The 40% or the 30% of me is saying, great, this will encourage possibly more EV owners to buy cars or EVs, or this is a big step, a good step to what's the term that Tesla uses, to accelerate the advent of sustainable transport. I think that's their little phrase, but basically this is a good step in the direction to fully electrification, so that we have more EVs, more chargers, it's more universal, etc. But on the other hand, I'm very I don't know, I like tradition. I like what's the term? Like a schedule, or not? Well, no, that's not the right term here. But my phone's blowing up. Like I said, I'm super busy. But I like when things. Oh, hold on. I'll just turn my phone off. Sorry about that. So yeah, what was I getting at? I like tradition, and like I wouldn't go as far as saying I have OCD, but I like things being, like on schedule, like nothing changes, kind of, whatever. I can't think of the word right now. Maybe if you, whatever, I can't think of the word. Maybe if I think of it when I'm editing this video, I'll put it on the screen here. But whatever. So I'm very, like, even as a kid, like, my Playmobiles would be Playmobiles, and they wouldn't, play with, if you will, with my Legos. And, my Legos were in one corner and my stuffed animals were in the other. I would never, like, mix things. Like, I was very, I can't think of the word, whatever. I think you know what I mean. Now, so obviously the superchargers and the destination chargers, I believe, was a key selling point for Teslas. Because when people... Like, I think we can agree here, the biggest worry when buying an electric vehicle isn't always the quality or the speed, the acceleration, whatever. It's the charging. How long to charge, where can I charge, how to charge, right? and then you got to give the whole spiel, the level 1, level 2, level 3 chargers, peak times, and this is how much it'll cost you, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of variables to incorporate when giving that answer, but at least I find, of course, the Tesla superchargers and the Tesla destination chargers, especially, I find, were a key selling point for Tesla. So now when it's tough to explain because, they're going to use that, they're going to lose that, like value, if you will. So like the other day, that's a long story. I wrote a little article about it. I haven't posted it yet. And a fire alarm is going off in my building. Is this in my house? No. Okay. Sorry, but this is probably the worst episode ever. Anyways, what was I getting at? I lost my train of thought. Hold on. Destination charges. I don't know. I'm pretty frustrated right now. Destination chargers, it made Tesla's unique because, that's what I was getting at. Long story, but basically I was stuck in Ottawa, which is about 2 hours away from Montreal, Canada's capital. Go Canada. It's a very long story, but basically I only had to to get to the Cornwall supercharger, which was an hour away, I had to use a Tesla destination charger at the Canadian Aviation Museum, I think it was, in Ottawa, in order to get to the Tesla supercharger. And whatever, it's a long story about time, blah, blah, blah. Basically, I ended up getting home at 1 in the morning that day, or that morning, whatever, even though I was supposed to get back at 7, whatever. It was misplanning on my part, but that's fine. But, okay, all that to say, it was a destination charger. Now, what if I would have got there and there'd be a Nissan Leaf just charging there? I would have been so frustrated because I was very short on range. I think I plugged in at like 20 kilometers or something. And in Ottawa, in Canada especially, there aren't that many destination chargers and stuff like I'm talking destination chargers. There's level 1, level 2, level 3s here and there. If you download the Charge Hub app, you can see there's plenty. I'll post some screenshots here of chargers in my area. But so I would have been so ticked off if I would have got there and there'd be like a Kia Soul EV or something charging, because like that would have been my only option, because at that time, in my situation, whatever timing and everything, that was my only possibility in order to get back home. I needed to charge at that destination charger for, I think it was like an hour or something, in order to get back to Cornwall. Now, what if there would have been a EV hole, as they call them, someone that just parked their car there, not even charging? That's another thing, so that's opening all these doors to possible, EV holes. And it's like, I guess you could use the analogy. It's like, I'm not against dogs. I'm against dog owners. Like that. Their dog. When nature calls, they do their business on the street or whatever, and then when the owners pick it up, that's fine. I love dogs, love petting them, whatever. But when the owners just leave it there, that's brutal. Especially here in the city, when you're just walking and then you see a big pile, it's like, whoa, like what's that doing there? Same kind of deal with electric vehicles, right? Like, so you have great owners that drive it, that promote their car, that talk to people about their car, that live the green life and sustainable energy, solar panels, etc., etc. But then you have those other ones that, and I've tend to now no disrespect to Tesla owners or people of this class, but I have encountered a few people that have like the P100D Tesla, and they think they're just all that, and they're a little more arrogant. But for the most part, right now, a lot of EV owners still believe in the cause. They believe in the movement, electrification, etc. But of course, the more and more it gets mainstream, the more and more you will find these EV holes and these people that aren't necessarily getting it for the environment. They're just getting it for the because their neighbor got one, or because it's a better car, and they just like. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I'm just not saying these people would probably not take as good care of their car as the early adopters, or the ones like me that are very passionate about it, or want to make a difference. So yeah, it's something to think about. Like here, I'll post a video like right now about the guy actually using the charger.
Hey Brian. So first off, thank you for joining the beta test group. This is the modular J plug and the modular Tesla connector. And the way you use it is you connect the communication first, and then the power wires. Then we hook it up. Use this one. Hook it up to the Tesla station, like so, and plug it into your bike, like this. And you can see on the Tesla station that it is charging. When you see that little green thing going up and down, that means you're charging. On my Leaf, you can see the blue dot flashing, which means that the Leaf is charging. And that's how you use it. Let me know.
So yeah, as you can see there, it's very simple to use. And going back to what I said earlier, once again, this is great for all electric vehicle owners. It's promoting. It's good. All these chargers now are accessible for how much is it? I think $400 American to buy, which is a little on the expensive side of things. In Canadian, that's I think like $600 or $700. I don't know. Yeah. Like, what do you think? If you still listened all the way up to here, I would very much appreciate you dropping a comment and just saying what you think of it. Because like I said, I'm a little bit on the fence. It's like it's good for the entire movement, but it's bad for Tesla owners in specific. And like I mentioned earlier, like I'm very... again, I forget the term, but I'm going to use traditional, Tesla with Tesla, Nissan with Nissan, I like to separate the groups, whatever. So I'm very on the edge about this new adapter. And like, it was inevitable. I saw it coming, but, the day finally came. I saw the headline and I jumped. I reached in my bag. I took out my mic and I was like, I got to make an episode, of 10 Tesla topics. So yeah, like I mentioned, please do let me know what you think. I'd like to have like a little discussion. This is the 30th episode and I haven't had too many comments or nothing. The likes and the views, like that's great for supporting. It really helps me, it makes me smile. It's great to know that a lot of people want to know about EVs and Teslas and everything. But yeah, for this, I asked you for this episode in specific, please do leave a comment, saying your position. If you're for this, if you're unsure, if you think it's a good move, it's a bad move, if you'd buy one, if you're an electric vehicle owner, if you're a Leaf owner, comment down below. Oh, I've been waiting for this for years. It's a great idea. I don't know what you're saying about this, Max. You're such an idiot, or whatever. Yeah, I think that's... So yeah, I'll link the description, or I'll link the entire article in the description so you could read the entire article. It's not that big of an article. It's just like a page. So I guess I do recommend reading the full article. But yeah, other than that, I guess that's it for this mini update / rant episode, I guess. Once again, I'm sorry this has been all over the place. I've probably been stuttering a whole bunch. I'll go through all the footage again, and I'll probably just cringe at all my probably voice cracks and stuttering and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm only human. Okay, so give me a break. But yeah, okay. On that note, that concludes episode 30. So for any questions, remarks, or even criticism or comments, I encourage you to follow the show's Instagram and Twitter pages at 10 Tesla Topics. The links are in the description below. If you wish, you can also send me an email at 10teslatopics@gmail.com. That's TENTESLATOPICS@gmail.com. But be sure to subscribe right here on YouTube to never miss an episode, and feel free to comment down below, hint, hint, please do, if you have ever anything to say. So we'll see you right here next, probably like a month from now, honestly, if I'm being really honest, probably like at Model 3 release or something like that. So I can't guarantee the next episode, but I'll see you in the next episode. So thank you for listening, and of course, have yourself a model excellent day.